What's up, my name's TechNoba here for Troubleshoot and welcome back to another video. In this quick video, I'll be showing you how you can set up remote desktop on your computer so you can remotely control it from another computer. If you're interested in controlling it from your phone, you'll find a similar tutorial linked in the description down below showing you how to control your PC from your phone. Anyways, let's get into it. First of all, to use remote desktop, we'll need to enable connections to our computer in the settings. Hit start and type in remote desktop. We'll be opening remote desktop settings, not remote desktop connection. Inside of here, simply make sure that remote desktop is turned on, click confirm, and we'll see this computer's name. We can expand the drop-down to see require network level authentication to connect, which should be on by default, and you should keep it on for extra security, and the remote desktop port if you need to port forward anywhere along the line, or allow this port through a antivirus firewall. You will need this port open in order to connect to your PC from anywhere. For me, I use an antivirus with a firewall in it, so I've temporarily turned that off. Once we have it turned on and not blocked via firewall, we can simply look at a computer next to us, such as a laptop or something like that, that's connected to the same local network, and we can connect to our PC directly. To do so, all we have to do is hit start, type in remote, and this time open a remote desktop connection. Inside of here, we'll be asked for a computer or a computer name, and we have some extra options down here. For the computer name, you can use the PC name as shown here. Simply paste it in. Then username, we'll need to know our PC's username to connect. Hold start and press R. Then inside of here, type in CMD and hit enter. Then type in who am I, one word, and hit enter once more. Now we'll see our computer's address followed by our user account name. In my case, Techno. So I'll type in TCNO here. Simply click allow me to save credentials if you'd like to save the password as well upon connecting for the first time. When you click connect, you'll be asked for your Windows password, simply enter it, and poof, you'll see your desktop straight away. If we head into these advanced settings on the display tab, we can customize the resolution. The lower this is, the better the experience will be over Wi-Fi, local resources such as hearing the remote audio, keyboard combinations, printers, clipboard, etc. Experience for choosing how exactly it'll work. If you're connected using a physical cable, simply choose LAN 10 megabits or higher, You'll only really pick these other ones if you don't want to do it automatically or you prefer to use less internet. Finally, the Advanced tab allows us to check server authentication, connect from anywhere, and user authentication right at the bottom. We can ignore all of this for now, as we just need this on the main screen. As soon as you click connect, you'll see your PC's window after entering the password, and as long as you have allow me to save credentials ticked, everything else is done for you. You won't even need to enter your password again to connect to the same computer. Let's say that you can't connect to your PC. More than likely, it's a firewall issue. If you're using the default Windows firewall, I'll go ahead and show you the steps now. If you're using a third-party antivirus firewall or other software, you'll need to Google a guide specific for that. Hit start and type in Firewall, and we'll open the Windows Defender firewall. If you see a window like this, click Advanced Settings on the left-hand side. Inside of here, we'll head to Inbound Rules, and we'll right-click this and click New Rule. In here, we'll choose Port. Next, we'll enter TCP, then specific local ports 3389, and click Next. Then we'll choose Allow the Connection, Next, and we'll have all three of these ticked, Next, and finally we'll give it a name, in my case, Remote Desktop. I'll copy this as we're using this a lot later. Finish, then we'll click on Outbound Rules on the left-hand side, right-click it, New Rule, and in here we'll be doing the exact same thing. Port, Next, TCP 3389, Next, allow the connection, Next, all three ticked, Next, and we'll paste in Remote Desktop here. Finish, and we can close out of the firewall now that we've allowed port 3389 through our local Windows firewall. That being said, the last thing that we'll touch on in this video, port forwarding. Essentially, if you're on the same router, i.e. the router is sitting right next to me, I have my PC and my laptop connected to it, it'll work fine and dandy just as long as this port is open on your computer. Port forwarding comes in when, let's say I'm connected from my PC to the router next to me, to a router in another room, and then to the internet. If I have my laptop on the second router, that's not this first router right next to me, in order to connect to my PC, I'll have to go through the first router to my PC. That's where port forwarding comes in. If you need a port forwarding guide, you'll find one linked in the description down below. Essentially, we'll be port forwarding port 3389 in my router's options or settings to this PC here. That way, whenever the router receives a request, they'll forward it to my computer. If you're connected to multiple routers before you reach the internet, you'll need to port forward at each hop along the way to the next device in the chain. So the second router will port forward to my first router, the first router will port forward to my PC. Pretty simple. I would recommend not port forwarding on the last router that leads out to the internet, as then anyone with your IP address can connect to your computer, or at least try to, assuming they know the password and your username. That is a huge security vulnerability, and there are much better ways of securing your PC before you go ahead and do that. But anyways, that's really about it for this quick video. I personally prefer third-party programs like AnyDesk or TeamViewer, though recently they said, hey, I'm using it too often, you'll have to start paying for TeamViewer if you want to keep using it. I just said, no, bye-bye, I'll go and use AnyDesk. Why? Well, simply because you don't have to worry about port forwarding or anything like that. Passwords and things like that are usually a lot more secure, especially when you're connecting over the internet, which makes life a lot easier. Using programs like that, you can also connect to your PC from your phone and tablet, but I do have a guide linked in the description down below talking about remotely controlling your PC through remote desktop using a mobile device. But anyways, that's really about it for this quick video. Thank you all for watching. My name's been Technobi here for Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.